Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and I am Chase, and this is episode 2, part 2 of the Mandela effect that I started earlier today. That I have to make multiple videos about to finish because it's such a complex topic to talk about. So let's get into it. Earlier, I asked you guys a bunch of questions. Now, I am going to not answer them for you, but give you what the actual thing is now, what it actually is, what everybody seems to think it is at this particular point, minus a couple of us. So with that being said, let's get into it. So my first point of contest was the Berenstein Bears. Now that's how I say it. I don't know how you guys say it, but I say Berenstein Bears with a E-I-N at the end. Well, apparently that is completely fucking wrong, according to how everything has shifted these days. It is now Berenstain Bears with an A-I-N at the end. Now, I remember I had these books as a child. Well, some of them, not all of them. I had these books as a child. It was always Berenstein Bears. I even had movies, some of the VHSs. And it was Berenstein Bears, E-I-N. But that's not correct. It's Berenstain, A-I-N, according to the new way of thinking throughout the world these days. I don't know how it changed, when it changed, what changed, why it changed. I don't know anything about what happened. But what I do know is one thing is not the way it used to be for everybody. And it's weird as hell. Here's another one. Curious George. I watched him as a child as well, like many of you might have as well. Did he have a tail or did he not have a tail? I remember him having a tail. He's a fucking monkey. He has a tail. Just like, you know, a lot of you guys will remember he had a goddamn tail. Apparently he's never had a fucking tail because he's a weird fucking mutated monkey from the goddamn Chernobyl area. But in the books nowadays and from past tense, he now has no fucking tail. Okay, this next one, I don't want to try to be funny about it all, because it's very serious, but the Challenger. How many of you remember the date that the Challenger exploded? Was it 84, was it 85, or was it 86? There's a lot of people who have different recollections, and there's different historical sites that state different time frames for its explosion. Now, we all know that it exploded, well, at least I do, on January 28th, 1986. I might be a day or two off on that one. But that's what I remember. It's 1986. I've read about it. I've studied about it. So on and so forth. But that's when I remember it happening. There are people that believe it happened in 84 or 85, years earlier. Also, it happening in different seasons than it actually happened. Some people believe it happened in the summer. Some people remember it happening in the winter. So let me know what you remember in the comments as well. Okay, everybody, I just posted a video literally like maybe 5 minutes ago explaining that I've been having extreme difficulties either getting my files from one folder to another, copying and pasting them, or the files showing up themselves. So I am kind of lost as to where I left off. I'm pretty sure it was at the Challenger because that video did say. So with that being said, I'm going to continue from where the fuck I was now that I think I've figured out all the problems and got them 5x5. So let's get into it. Again. Okay, I'm back. Technical difficulties aside, I'm pretty sure I left off on the peanut butter. Now, I asked you guys, what do you remember, Jif or Jiffy? Now, when I was a kid, it was always Jiffy. I remember the commercials. I remember the bottles. I remember every fucking thing being Jiffy. Apparently, that's never been the fucking case. It's always been Jif. J-I-F-F. No Y, no nothing. And this is not to be confused with Skippy. Skippy's a completely different thing. We all know that shit. It has nothing to do with this. But it's always been Jif. And even when I look at the bottles these days, it just doesn't look right to me. Okay, guys, I'm going to have to do a part 3 of this video because it's gone way over time. But anyways, I'm going to do a part 3. I'm going to get that out by tonight too if I don't have any more technical difficulties, alright? So just stay tuned and it'll be out.